Do you remember
Oh yeah.
21st night, December? Jack actually
December.
called that, or September. I'm all fucked up.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool accent.
I've been watching a lot of Kamala Harris things, and she tries different accents all the time. So
Oh, everything you
I
like
figure-
about her?
Yeah, so I'm good. So I'm just trying that out now.
Yeah.
Does she really try different accents?
Does she say, I'm all fucked up?
No, but there is a very funny video with it wasn't like bad lip reading, but they bleep unnecessary beeps in to make it sound like you're swearing. And there's a video of Barack Obama saying, "It's cold outside, but I'm fucked up." But he's saying, "I'm fired up." And it's very funny. So that's kind of like what I was almost saying. And
Yeah.
then I kind
Those are good. The
Yeah.
especially the lip reading one too is pretty
That
good.
is funny. We should do like a just for an internet clip. Like everybody just takes turns like saying like 1 10-second sentence, and then we'll add some bleeps in there to make it like really exciting. I'll start.
That is good. Or if you can make it, if you through the editing this podcast, if you could find a way to be like, shit, that would be a really good place to put
No,
a beep, just to give people an Easter egg.
No, I'm gonna do it really quick. I'm gonna give you just like 1 second, or not 1 second, 10 seconds. Man, it's September, and I can't believe how the nights are getting shorter and shorter. It's crazy, but I'm so excited for fall. I'm gonna add some bleeps in there later for a video clip and see if it sounds better. Dennis, your turn.
All I can think to say is I love my mom.
Is you gonna say like you beeped your mom? That's what you wanted to go with?
That's the only thing I could think of. I couldn't get out of my brain.
Ugh.
Yeah, because you're not giving us much to bleep there. It's I blanked my mom.
Oh no, actually, I don't want that to be a clip. How about I
love my dad.
Hey, I went to the park and I saw a dog and it was a beautiful dog and I petted it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Owen.
That's gonna be like I sucked the dog and I petted. That's what it's gonna be like.
Okay.
I went to the park and wait, did you just go to the park?
I went to the park and I love my mom.
Owen,
And it's September.
Maybe you're not at the park.
No. Oh God. I went it's down at the beach and I got my
Dick sucked?
that's what I'm trying to say, but I can't think of I was trying to say dick sucked.
What can you say? It sucked.
It's supposed to be clean.
I was gonna say my dew sucked, but that doesn't make any sense. I was gonna say like the dew on the lawn sucked. And then trying to get it sound like I got my dick sucked.
Why is there a lawn at the beach?
Well, there was a lawn at the park, but I wasn't allowed to say I went to the park. So I switched it up. I'm at the beach now. Getting
What was your sentence, Owen?
Getting my dogs. Getting my dog.
Your
dogs
dog
shipped. Getting them shipped. Getting my dogs shipped across the sea.
All right, you're
So
at
what part are we bleeping there? So it sounds like
A dog and shipped. Getting my dick sucked across the sea.
Yeah, but they're not going to hear. No, it sucked.
I like that though. I like that Owen's sentence has things that are worth bleeping. So like, I'm gonna bleep around. I'm getting my dick sucked. Like, what worse can you be saying? Hey, I'm at the beach. I'm getting my dick sucked. Bleep, bleep, bleep. That's the family friendly part of the.
Yeah.
Oh crap!
All right, let's get into the pod.
Oh shit!
I have a
End it
topic.
there.
I have a topic that Dennis wasn't quite ready to defend, but Dennis was texting us about the MJ Lenderman something or another album, song.
Yeah.
How have you been listening to this? It seems like you're really into it. This is an artist you really like?
He's like an indie artist. He's kind of like they call him the Neil Young of our generation. Just kind of how he sounds and his type of music.
I've listened to a lot of him. I've never heard that comparison. Who's calling him that?
One person said it on the radio
Okay,
once.
that's fair then.
And
If
they
it's someone
called
you
him that.
don't, yeah, and if it's
Yeah.
someone you don't know, that's fair.
But then when I
Okay.
listen to him, and I like Neil Young a lot, so
Right.
when I listen to him, he does sound like him a lot. He doesn't have the best voice, but it's kind of whiny and raw.
What does he look like?
That's a good
Imagine,
question.
just imagine what he looks like.
I imagine longer hair. Does he have? I don't think I've ever seen.
It's
him.
like mid hair, kind of like thinner guy.
I feel like when I picture an indie artist, I kind of picture Sufjan Stevens in my head.
I don't even know what he looks like.
He's just, it's always just like he cuts his own hair. He wears
looks
It's like my
a-
wife.
he cuts whatever he like wears whatever thrifty outfit is good for the times. Like
He looks like a shaggier Ezra
Koenig.
Kane. How do
From
you
Vampire.
pronounce that name?
Vampire Weekend.
I just
That-
think of Ezra, and I'm like, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
We'll skip the last name.
Oh yeah, that's exactly how I picture him, and he does look exactly like Sufjan Stevens. Just a t-shirt, ratty
He's
t-shirt.
good though. Yeah, he's good. I've only listened to the album through like 3 times. I just kind of randomly listen to it because I don't want to force it.
Mhm.
But yeah, there's some good songs in there.
Can I get this straight? So you've randomly listened to the album straight through 3 times. That's pretty
because
random. Huh?
I will put on a song, one of the songs, and then I'll listen to the rest of the album. Is that how?
Okay.
I don't know. Is that how people listen to albums?
No. That's fair because I've done the same thing recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where I'll listen to the song only, and I'll be like, oh, I should listen to the next song that comes after this, and then I'll listen to the album.
Or Dennis, I did the same thing with I Saw the TV Glow. Like I hated that movie. While I do think it had a lot of redeeming qualities, I think the soundtrack was one of them, and like the artistic vision behind it was great. So I have a lot of complaints about that movie, but the soundtrack, there's no denying the soundtrack was amazing. And I just put that on while I was driving, and I put that on from start to finish, and it was great.
Yeah.
So.
I'm so
I want
intrigued
Owen
by
to-
them.
I want Owen to watch
intrigued
it
by it.
because
Oh my god.
Go ahead. Go. Go.
I keep turning on HBO and it's the first thing that comes up. But Kevin, you hated it. Dennis liked it. But a good soundtrack can make a movie.
I want Owen to watch it because I know he'll have really hard opinions about it. I feel like, and
Yeah,
I wanna hear his
Oh, and
take
I don't
on it.
even want to tell you anything about
it's-
Dennis. You know what it's about, right? Like it's a metaphor for like.
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know any. When I finished the movie, I had no clue what it was
No,
about.
no,
But then when I read about it, yes,
I would love
Yeah.
for Owen to watch it without any of our opinions.
maybe that's
but-
his assignment. Can we give it to him?
Yeah. Owen, would you watch that movie? It's
Yeah,
short.
because I've been wanting to, because you both did, and I want to talk about it. So I missed my shot. I should have watched it. Because it would have been good pod topic.
It's all right. It's never too late to take your shot.
I'm
Dennis,
gonna take my shot.
so you watched
Oh, God.
another movie recently, Longlegs. I don't
Yes.
want you to spoil it for me because I still want to watch this movie. Can
Okay.
you sell me on it without revealing too much? Or
You want me to sell you on it?
tell me that I shouldn't
You-
watch it.
How about I'll give you my rating? I'll give you Lisa's rating. So
I'm
this
interested. Yeah.
Okay.
Before
I-
we go into that, Kevin, do you know anything about the movie or what it's about? I'm imagining Daddy Longlegs is really the only thing I could
So
think
like
of.
a spider.
Yeah, or
I don't
just
think it's
some
or like eight-legged
really
freaks.
really long legs.
90 minutes of just a daddy long legs climbing a wall.
Or there
Yeah.
was a David Arquette, I think the actor was, like Eight-Legged Freaks movie that
Oh,
came
yeah.
out. But it's not like that. So I've heard a little bit about this movie. It's not so much horror as it is like a psychological thriller. And I've heard it described as like the Teddy Perkins episode of Atlanta. You know, the episode where like Donald Glover's playing like the Michael Jackson type, who's just
Yeah.
kind of like a creepy person who lets somebody into their house. That's what I've heard it's like. That's all I know about it.
So
Ooh.
before I
And it's
before I wa-
Nicolas Cage.
That's the creepiest. That episode is the creepiest like episode
Mhm.
of TV I've ever seen. When he
And
eats
it's
that
so good.
ostrich egg. Oof.
So good.
It is good.
so before I watched it, what I heard it was like was Silence of the Lambs.
Mm.
And then I saw a picture of Nicolas Cage as Longlegs, which is not a spoiler. You see it like within the first 5 minutes of what he looks like as he's the killer Longlegs. And I think their only reason they're doing that Atlanta reference is because he looks like that. He's like very pale and just like really weird looking. So other than that, I mean, I guess it gives a creepy vibe. So I gave the movie 8 out of 10.
That's good.
It was a very good rating.
Lisa gave it a 3 out of 10.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's the contrast there? What's
I think it's because near the end I fell asleep for 2 minutes. Dozed off and then was ready to go for the ending of it. But I think the difference was that maybe just the realism. She likes more realistic stuff, and I like more of the symbolic, I guess is the word, or I don't even know.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Women do like a real story of crime and murder. They don't want like some like
supernatural, I guess.
Yeah. They want word. Like something. Yeah, something that.
Well, I guess a lot of women do like supernatural though, but this was a different kind where it was like.
I think if there's one thing we can agree upon, that we know what women want, and that like. We're the final word of what they want and what they
like. Twilight, but they don't like. I don't know. Continue. No, but I would watch it. It's a movie that a lot of people are talking about, and I think it's different. Like that's what's good about it. It's just a different type of movie.
Okay, so it's kind of like Industry. You got a lot of people
we don't talk about Industry anymore.
It's the movie that everyone's talking about, but no one's watching.
Right.
Is
that what they say?
I think so.
I'm not even gonna. All I know is the latest episode of Industry was great. I just watched it today.
Oh God.
Owen, is there anything you've been hating on lately that you want to get off your chest? We're starting a new segment. It's called Owen's Hate. I guess not corner.
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot. I hate a lot of things. I actually have a list on my phone that I've been keeping for multiple years. That is just a list of things that I hate.
Okay, let's hear the last like 2 or 3.
You have was this like therapist recommended, or is this just like?
No, I just is like because there's some things that I just want to be like. I got to remember that I dislike these things because. I don't know why.
You might accidentally like them in the future, and you just need to
I just want to document my feelings on them. I don't know. Maybe it is a little bit of like therapeutic, but I just find it fun. And it's like every once in a while I go down and read it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I do fucking hate that. It's the worst.
I do see Owen at like a party where he's kind of doesn't know a lot of people, where someone's like talking to like, I like Hamilton, and Owen would be like, oh, I like Hamilton too, and then he kind of like. Oh wait, I actually fucking hate Hamilton. And you like forget for a second, yeah.
Or he's like, he's like, oh, I don't know what I think about Hamilton. Let me pull up my phone. Oh no, I actually hate this shit. Musicals fucking suck.
Yeah. Last time I updated it was April 16th, 2024 at 5:48 p.m. So that update was people that say, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. When they say something like on Instagram where they're rambling about something, and thanks for coming to my TED Talk. You're like, shut the fuck.
So they're acknowledging that like they went on a spiel and like they're
and they think they're like important,
and they're like, that was so funny, like stupid. New thing also that's coming back is I hate racing shoes. And if you don't know what racing shoes are, like those Puma racing shoes for like F1. Okay. So,
I like your Scooby.
So they're these Puma's big on the racing shoes, and I am not a fan of them.
What kind of
racing? They're coming back. NASCAR.
What are
F1. They're tennis shoes. They look like tennis shoes. They're kind of like normal Puma shoes. They're too pointy. There's not a lot of sole to the bottom of them.
I imagine like bowling shoes for some reason.
They're it's like the same kind of thing, but bowling shoes look better than racing shoes.
Oh, so they got the big white line on it, sort of thing. Almost like wrestling. They look like wrestling shoes.
Hold on. Racing shoes. Let me make
Said
sure I got
Puma
this
racing
right.
shoes.
Okay. Not the high tops. Not the high top. These are going to be like the more like casual wear racing shoes. These are too casual.
The
Do you just see?
the concept of racing shoes is really funny to me because it's like, all right, I'm gonna buy running shoes because I like to run. Like or I'm gonna buy basketball shoes because me and the guys I play basketball with are gonna be playing basketball. There's nobody. There's probably 28 people in the world that are racing. Like there's nobody else who needs these shoes to be racing in. It's
Right.
cars.
The problem is people are starting to like just wear them. I think I found one option of these shoes. If you look up Puma SF Carbon, this will pull up a lot of.
I just imagine
the
you,
types
Owen,
of tennis shoes. They're they're too pointy. I don't like the way they're rounded at the end.
Oh, those look terrible. Yeah, they look terrible.
They are
they
coming
look
very
like wrestling
plasticky
shoes.
or like
and they
hard.
look like I don't know, Italian looking. Like
They almost look like
you
dress
see,
shoes that are disguised as like tennis shoes, like someone painted them.
I can tell you exactly what they look like. They look like the shoes you buy with your Peloton. They're like the biking shoes that like
without
lock into the Peloton.
Yeah, they don't have the clips on the bottom. They just have a normal sole. So those
and you're
are coming.
seeing people wear these.
They are coming back. They're hot in the streets. They're big in London right now. So watch
I just
out.
imagine that you see someone wearing these that you just like despise, and it just kind of ruins it for you.
Yeah, and I put this on my hate list before I started seeing them again, and all of a sudden I put it on my hate list. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I started seeing them; they're popping up.
It's almost
So
like
it's
your
like-
hate list manifest more.
Yeah, or it's like one of those things where when you buy a car, you've never seen that car, and then all of a sudden, everyone has that car.
That is
So-
true. Yeah.
My phone died, so the rest of the list is, but I could rattle it off because
anything today. Like, what did you see? You had to see something today that you hated.
Yeah,
Bono.
that's not.
I hate Bono from U2.
How? Why? Where did he come up?
Dude, he's so self-important.
I
Like,
don't.
he cares.
Bono doesn't
Dude,
come on my radar ever.
Okay, so
How did you come across him?
because he's just kind of like he pops up into stuff. I don't know. He's like involved in too many. All right, I think this is one of those things where people like church people are typically bad, or people that donate too much or like money, or like I went to the homeless shelter to feed food. Look at me feeding these people. Bono is that same way, but on a much larger scale. He wrote a autobiography on himself. I'm like, that's too much.
What today made you think about Bono?
It was on the hate list. Nothing today. There wasn't anything that happened today that made me spiteful or hateful.
Oh, okay.
So it was good. I was too busy today.
So
to
Bono
let
is
hate
just
seep
like
in.
he's just like on the perennial hate list. Like he's just always on there. Like it refreshes. Bono is at the top of the list. Okay.
Yeah, him and Slash, that
I
guitar.
do hate Slash.
Fuck that
Just
guy.
the way he looks, and I'm like,
He was in town recently, and a neighbor went
The
to that
Starbucks
concert.
guy.
Yeah, a new neighbor. The
anyone in
Starbucks
Seattle is
CEO.
Owen's neighbor. Okay, that's the
Yeah.
thing.
My neighbor went and asked if we want to go. I'm like, dude, Slash is on my hate list. Absolutely, I don't want to go. Like that would be the worst
Does
thing.
Slash
to
wear
see.
that hat? The big hat.
That's the biggest problem. He still has that hair. He has that stupid fucking top hat with his glasses. He's like 70 years old.
Yeah.
It's just-
I was watching the. Did you guys watch the closing ceremony of the Olympics?
A little
that
bit.
was a long time
It was
ago.
really corny. So yeah, it was like a month and a half ago. And like they basically do this whole thing like, oh, the Olympics is in France. Now we're gonna take it over to LA where the next Olympics are. And they did this whole thing where like Tom Cruise traveled from Paris to LA. And it was stupid because Tom Cruise is like 75 years old. But it ended with them and on like Manhattan Beach or Santa Monica Beach, and the Red Hot Chili Peppers were playing a concert.
Mhm.
And the guys were dressed exactly the same as they were like 30 years ago, like Flea, whatever, the Anthony Kiedis. And then one of the guys had a fucking knee brace on. Like it was like a giant knee brace. Like he just got like his ACL torn. And I'm like, you stop pretending like you're young. Like this just isn't cool. Nobody wants to see you pretending to be yourself 30 years ago.
How much cooler would it be if they were dressed like how our parents dress?
Yes,
there,
exactly.
like with guitars on, like
like your outfit from Kohl's. Like I want to see like
just
that would be better.
What is it though? That is a hard line to draw because you can't go to like shitty, but you can't continue to be who you used to be.
They could find a median there. Like he doesn't need to be like the one guy didn't need to be shirtless because like he's just not as fit as he was when he was.
And the Red Hot Chili, like I understand Slash doing it because I feel like he's only known for how he looks, but the Red Hot Chili Peppers are like known for they're a lot bigger than that, where people would just go to see them for the music, not so much the stage presence and things like that.
And you just can't look past the knee brace. I'm like, hey, man, like, you can try to look as young as you are, but I know you are in pain up there. Like, stop trying to hide it.
Yeah.
But
do your Kevin, does Megan like the Red Hot Chili Peppers and Dennis's Lisa like them?
Not really, no.
I don't think she's ever even had a thought about them.
It's a thing. Like, girls hate, because Kevin Dumont was like talking about how he liked
I've never
Red Hot Chili Peppers, and Megan hated them. I'm like, what? How do you hate them? And Sarah's like, I hate the Red Hot Chili Peppers too. And then I'm realizing that every girl like hates the Red Hot Chili Peppers, but most guys are like, I'm a big fan of them.
No, I like come to the scene.
That's too new, right? That's the newer stuff. I like the Under the Bridge. Yeah, that was the better stuff. Well, that's
or
separate.
No, they're fine. I just
hello.
I don't even.
This sounds wonderful.
All right, let me take you guys to my topic for the day. So
nothing's been going on with you or your family.
I'm not going to get too deep into it. I'll just say that I was in New York City since Monday morning, and it's now Thursday. I got back at around 1 a.m. last night, and I was in the Upper East Side. Have you guys? When's the last time you were in New York City? Owen, was it your high school trip?
Yeah, choir trip. I've been wanting to go back. Yeah,
you got to get back.
I know. I'm dying.
It's great.
Fucking dying, Kevin.
He needs the city, man.
Dennis, when was the last time you were in New York City?
2018.
All right, that's a long time ago too.
6 years ago, yeah.
I have this vision in my head of New York City where it's just like
you live there.
I lived there for a year and a half, which in retrospect,
I thought it was a lot longer than that.
No, but it was because I moved there right after college, so it just like was such like a part of my life where it like felt so developmental.
Sure,
yeah.
I think it was a year and a half, but it felt like 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
I gotcha. That's like when I was in Chicago. I was there for 9 months.
Yeah, and
like
you were there 9 months.
Yeah.
I guess time back then went so much slower.
It did.
Now it's like 9 months is fucking nothing. We've been doing this podcast for almost
one
year
pregnancy.
And a half.
Yeah, you've had 3 of those, Dennis.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, but it did just seem so much more substantial because, like, But I just remembered everybody in New York being like so cool and young and like fashionable and skinny and like so I went to the Upper East Side and that's where I spent the majority of my time in New York for the last 3 days. And are you familiar with the Upper East Side? Like, or anything about the neighborhoods in New York?
I've heard of it. I hear about it a lot, but I don't know the breakdown of the neighborhoods.
There's the Upper West Side, which is like beautiful moms with strollers. There's like the Lower East Side, which is like hipster. Now
ugly moms with strollers.
Yeah. Now there's like Brooklyn and Queens, and everybody has. But like I was in this Upper East Side for 3 days, just like looking to see like where all these beautiful people are dressing like and what they look like now, and they're all so fucking old. It's like they all moved there like 20 years ago and then didn't leave. And I was just like blown away by like how underwhelming the people in New York were. You might as well have been walking around like the east side of like Cleveland. It was just so
I think
blew my mind.
you're starry-eyed when you're younger, and it's just like everyone is a lot cooler than me. Like they're living the life that I want, and then you kind of go there again. You're like, oh, I don't want to live this
that.
life.
Yeah.
Was that neighborhood known to have like? Is that where people after you get like once you get to your 30s, you move to that neighborhood?
I think
is it the older one?
I think it was maybe like 20 to 30 years ago, and now it's like everybody is in Brooklyn, or it got so dispersed that like I was now in a neighborhood that used to be cool 30 years ago, and I'm like seeing like what it's like to be in that neighborhood like after it's reached its peak, because I'm like these people. It was just like it was. They were so normal looking, if not weirder looking than Midwesterners. If I can, they were thinner. They were thinner.
Yeah,
they were
okay.
thinner.
You got a lot of walking that you do in New York City.
But
so
there were also a lot of stupid hats and stupid jeans, and everybody was
Racing
still.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I might have to go to my deep internet corner because it involves New York after your
Go
topic.
for it.
So
Go for it. Let's take it to deep internet corner with Dennis.
okay. And I think this guy's in New York. He might not be. All right. So I've been getting fed this guy on my Instagram, which I randomly download sometimes, but I've been trying to delete it. Actually, no, this is on TikTok.
Dennis said he's getting off of Instagram like over a week ago because he had a problem where he ran into a piece of shit, and it clearly fucked his mental up because he's like, I gotta get off Instagram. I gotta be a better person. I can't be drinking during the day. So he clearly went through like a little depressive state. But and he said he was gonna get off Instagram, and I've seen him on Instagram, I think potentially more than I've ever seen him there, active liking stuff. And
it does show you when somebody's on Instagram. Is that what you're seeing? Like,
no, there's interactions happening. I don't know what it is, but I see him popping up quite a bit. And I was like, I thought he was off of this.
You can't change who you are, Dennis.
Well, I had to read down because we're doing like more social media for our work, and so I re-downloaded the apps.
And that's another point.
Yeah, and so I was back on TikTok scrolling. And this guy kept getting fed to me, and I don't know what makes me like him. And I think Owen might like him, maybe Kevin too. But this might not be the best thing to share on a podcast. But
let's go for it.
Who gives a shit? No one fucking listens.
We're 30
to this
minutes
thing.
in, and nobody listens to this thing.
All right, ready? Wait, let me restart it.
Oh fuck! I haven't heard that song in forever.
So it's just this guy, and there's just millions. He has thousands of videos that he walks like this. Okay, so
yeah,
wait.
he's very New York.
All right, wait. I think I gotta share my. I gotta share my window.
Sharing TikToks it's like doesn't do well over internet. YouTube YouTube videos share pretty well.
I like this guy,
but you need to have it like continuously scrolling. He looks like Turtle from Entourage.
Yeah.
It's just some.
So it's just him.
Listeners, some short, fat, like not that fat, but he's just so short that he's.
But he's
stocky.
got good posture. He walks well. Ooh, those chicken fingers look good.
Those looked so good. That dipping sauce he put that in.
Dennis, can you give us a little more context on like what his handle is, just in case anybody wants to look this guy up?
The Tar Love, and basically every single video starts with him walking with his back to the camera, and then he takes a quick look back to the camera like that. I think that's what sells me on it. Watch, he walks and then he does this quick look.
Oh that
gets
is like
me.
a little hack.
Watch
so people are so good.
I fucking
this.
love that.
It's true.
I don't know why.
No, it does. It hooks you, and it's like, hey, welcome to my fucking life.
Yeah, and he's like,
oh,
dude,
you're wondering what I'm up to? I'm gonna show you right now.
Yeah, come on, follow me.
Follow me, the Tar Love,
and he's always eating like this shit.
TARLOV.
He's not in terrible shape either. He dresses.
No,
little...
just too short.
What?
That's his. No, he's just too short.
He's not in terrible shape.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess like 4'11".
He's always eating snacks like this.
I like that
like
he's reading
gas
a book
station
on
food
the
snacks.
train.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. I mean, he's in... Jared Leto was in a video with him.
Okay,
I like this guy, Dennis. The Tar Love.
Yeah, I like the vibe. I don't know.
And
I don't, but I like his look back. I like the whole idea of him. I hate the way he dresses though. Look at that. He's wearing a studded belt with a black beater on and shitty jeans.
So maybe
sagging shitty jeans.
Maybe I think I like it because I imagine he's in New York and he looks like this. He basically looks like a guy from some small Midwestern town that, I don't know, just doesn't give a shit about how he looks. But he's trying really hard with how he looks.
I was gonna say the opposite, Dennis, because I feel the same way. I think he looks like he definitely looks like he's in New York. And I don't think he's some transplant. I think he is somebody that was born and bred in New York. And I actually have a story about my recent trip to New York about like, there's just a swagger that people from like New York have that it's just like, look, I was born here. You guys all moved here. Fuck you. Like,
yeah,
he's cool. I like him.
Yeah. Once you start, you can't stop with this guy.
I kind of want you to keep playing it, but you keep pausing.
I know. So I went to lunch when I was in New York at like 1:00 in the afternoon to some pub in the Upper East Side. I don't know how much more I can describe that, but and I was just like sitting there. I got a chicken sandwich, a ground chicken sandwich. So they basically
Whoa,
yeah, it was weird. It was.
I was gonna say, I was about
That's
to ask
sick.
you, is it fried or grilled? But ground is.
It was
that's like a sloppy Joe, but
it was
ground chicken.
It was a terrible order. So basically, it's like how you make a burger, but they just took like chicken and ground it up and turned it into a patty. But while I was there, I was just like sitting there eating this terrible chicken sandwich, watching on their TV at this pub was Derek Jeter's last game as a Yankee or last game in the MLB. And some guys sat down next to me and they were like true New Yorkers. You could just tell they just like had a certain swagger level to them. And they sat down next to me and they started talking about the game. And one of the guys was like, hey, holy shit, September 17th. Yeah, New York City. I was at this game. And I was like, I had to chime in. I was like, oh, so like they're playing this because this was Jeter's last game. You were there? And he's like, hell yeah, I was there. And like he was like pulled up a clip from his phone and started showing it to me. And then the guy next to me was just like, he said something to me. He was like, are you from New York? I'm like, no, I'm from Cleveland. He's like, yeah, that's a good team. That's a good team. And and he just kept saying, this is a good era of baseball. This is a good era of baseball.
What was that, 5 years ago?
It must have been 10 years ago. But I just to be in a conversation with that guy was so cool to me. I just was like, This guy thinks I'm a real New Yorker, or at least worthy of conversation with a real New Yorker.
Yeah, that had to have made your day/life when you're like, oh shit, he thought I was from here too. I must be fitting in. That's good news.
It was, because it's just like they're from the epicenter of cool, and they were born into it. Like they weren't like, they didn't have to show up and like fake it. It's just like that is where cool comes from. It's where culture comes from. Yeah, it was sick. You guys have anything else you want to talk about?
Did you? No, I had notes on my phone, and my phone died. So I'm the worst of doing this podcast with topics.
No, I was just joking. I can carry this along. Owen, so we have heard about New York culture. Now I want to hear about Washington State culture. You went to the Washington State Fair in the Pacific Northwest. What the fuck was that like?
Like any other state fair, in my opinion, just the creatures came out. There's a lot of just the weirdest things I saw were there's like people wearing shirts that are like very inappropriate for young kids, but they had young kids.
Oh yeah. I love those.
That is like, so state fair.
Like it said, got a problem? Stop fucking looking at me then or something. I'm like, who buys that shirt?
And you were looking at her and you were judging her.
That is true.
Maybe
but
she's right.
She seemed like a nice lady though. So I didn't understand that one. And then another guy with like young kids, he was wearing a pot t-shirt with like weed leaves smoking joints that said no days off. So this guy's promoting that he smokes weed every single day, doesn't take a day off, and he has to put it like posterize that and let everyone know that it's like, dude, I fucking smoke so much weed.
It's so weird. This comes out at a state fair, and like this is like their best shirt. Like this is like their like I'm going to the Met Gala.
I envy these people because they don't give one fuck. There wasn't even a thought across this guy's mind. Like, if I wear the shirt, other people are going to look at it. They're going to read it. And they're going to be like, oh, wait, you're a dad. Like, blah, 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 blah. No, this guy's waking up. He's putting on a shirt. Doesn't even
he's
fucking
smoking
know.
a joint first.
Yeah.
First,
he doesn't give a fuck about anything.
Yeah. God, and carnies are they're the worst.
I was going to ask, are the carnies different than like the Ohio carnies? The Ohio carnies kind of look like they're on meth. I would say
Ohio carnies are like ragged looking. These carnies seemed a little bit more put together, but I think it's because
how so?
This fair is huge. It was massive. Like it was. I don't know how to explain it. They had every ride you could think of. They had 2 of those like rotating gravity rides.
Oh yeah, like Gravitrons. Did you go on it? Did you go in it?
No, Jack went on. So
that shit's awesome.
It's such a fucking ripoff. It was so much money for just
you go wristband or tickets.
No, dude, they don't do wristbands. That's what I was like. Why don't they do unlimited ride wristbands?
Pay to play, Dennis. Pay to play,
dude. And every ride they say you need 2 people to join on this one. So it's like Buddy was terrified to go on the rides. Jack really wanted to go, and I'm like, I don't want to take the tickets away from Buddy. And then.
What'd you do?
Each ride. Well, I went on one with Jack, and I was trying to convince Buddy. I was like, "It's not that scary. You'd be fine." I went on there, and I was like, fucking freaking out a little bit.
It's scary in the sense that they are not well maintained,
dude. I got a picture of what it looked like. I got on there. There's like the part where the seat attaches to the actual arm of the ride. Missing screws, like big pieces missing off it, like bad weld jobs. I'm like, this thing is gonna fucking fly off. There was a point where I felt like I was gonna slide under the seat, so it was a little terrifying. But the carnies, we were trying to play that squirt gun game where you just like
shoot it in the middle of the target and then it goes up. Yeah,
there's like 5 people, and he's like, all right, all we need is 10 more people gets you the bigger thing. And then you get like 5 more people. He's like, okay, or no, he'd say 2 more people gets you this size. We get 2 more people. He's like, all right, I just need 4 more people. And he just kept going until every seat was filled. And I'd be like, just fucking play the game. No one cares what the prize is. And then it ended up being the big snake, that really long.
Yeah, I can picture that you wear around the entire rest of the day. It's a little bit of a multi-level marketing scheme. I never realized that until now.
And the food, how expensive and how bad it is.
Oh, yeah.
So people at work were telling me about this place called Earthquake Burger, which is like a half-pound burger, and it's like this big. So, and it's that with cheese and onion. Everyone's like, it's so good. I went and got it. It was the fucking most boring cheeseburger I've ever had in my entire life, and 2 of them cost me $57.
What?
Yeah, it was 2 of those and 2 waters. Sorry, that $57. And then the tickets were like $100 for just the tickets for rides for like 4 or 5 rides and a couple of games, and then $40 to get in. So
I hope
like
that type of
$200 for like literally nothing. Buddy had a terrible time. It is
wild. Like, yeah. What was the peak? Was there anything that made it worth the money?
Leaving.
Oh no!
Did you get a funnel cake?
No, I didn't.
Those
I didn't get any.
Best.
They are, but I just didn't want to feel like shit.
It's almost like Dennis. I'll say this to you, Dennis. Sometimes
always got lemonade.
It's almost like going to a state fair is almost like going to a casino. You're just like, I need to get this over with. Like, I just need to like pay my $100 just to remember that, like, this ain't it, sweetie.
But I guess the worst is the state fair, especially when you're our age, because I take my kids to the city home days, whatever, which is smaller, lot smaller version of that. There's no, once you're older, it's like there's no upside. It's just like money.
Dude, yeah, it was crazy. It's crazy.
At least casino, you're like, oh, money, I could win a lot of money. Yeah. I'm getting free drinks.
Yeah, to enjoy the money
fun.
more. Yeah.
I just don't get how all those people at this fair afforded it. Like they're the dumpiest people, and
This
it's
is
like
their
what do you think-
vacation, man.
That's true. This is like
They're going out. This
their
isn't like
cruise.
we need something to do. This is all we're doing this
is
year.
epicenter.
Oh, and
Yeah.
as the day went on, the people got worse and worse, and I'm like, I started getting anxious. It's like I can't be around these type of people anymore. And
Yeah.
all the toilets, I'm a pee shy guy, and the toilets there, they were all troughs. So I walked in, and I was like, nope, I am not.
Oh,
where'd
they
you
didn't have
pee?
any porta potties. They just had.
No, and then if you wanted to get in the stall, you're waiting like hours. So, and I'd say,
Hours.
dude, I am not kidding. Jack,
How'd you
waited-
pee?
we left, and then I held it in. Peed at home in the toilet.
All right, I'm gonna
Like
transition
a good
here.
boy.
Do you
Dennis,
sit or stand?
tell us
Yeah.
what it's like the opposite country club culture in Ohio. So we've heard about the worst of culture. Tell us what it's like to have made it and to go to a country
Okay.
club in Ohio.
Wait, are you back in one? I think you grew up going to one. You belong to a country club again?
No, I don't belong to one.
Oh, no.
My dad does. So,
Yeah.
and my brother-in-law, same one. Yeah. So I actually played in a golf tournament today. I played 27 holes.
That's a lot of
shit.
holes.
Yeah.
You
And
must be
so-
exhausted.
And I've been up since 4. But
Holy
hey, anything for
shit.
the pod.
Holy
I'll
shit!
do.
Thank you, Dennis.
All right. So yeah, it was a tournament. So you played 9. It was me and my dad as a team. You played 9 holes as a scramble, 9 holes as a best ball, and then 9 holes as a Chapman. Which a Chapman is basically you alternate shots, which is like the hardest fucking thing to do because you only get one shot and you have to alternate with the person. But it was at my dad's country club, and it's just, I don't know. Near the end of it, I'm like, this is not for me at all. I cannot do this country club thing because it reminds me of a fraternity, and everyone's just like, "Hey, fucker, I heard you fucking suck," or something like that, and it's like risen people and like some people are totally fucked up. Like,
Did you
4
just say
o'clock.
Riz? In a
Did you just
natural
say
way?
risen people?
Is that-
Risen, yeah, I
is
think
that
you meant
not
to say
term people use?
razzing
Oh,
people.
shit. Yeah,
Rizzing
razz.
is when you're
Yeah.
trying to rizz a girl up.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So you're dead.
razz
All right,
and-
so it's just a big gay boy club. 2 guys are rizzing up other guys.
in the
Sucking
bathroom.
each
There's,
other's
there's a
dicks in the-
trough.
Yeah.
Get to see each other's dicks, and we all look for the smallest because that's what we
Honestly,
do.
Dennis, the way you said it though, it's just like there's so many that sounds so complicated just to play golf. Like I just want to go out there and like you
No,
know
it makes
play.
it fun.
Was it fun to like play all those games?
Yeah, it was because we were actually doing really well until like the end, and I was just running out of steam after 18 holes.
Hmm.
You eat lunch after 18 holes, and then you play 9 more, and I was just like dead after that. But yeah, it's a lot of people that it seems like just a lot of people that are rich that love to just get fucking wasted. At least this country club.
Sounds kind of great to me.
Yeah,
not gonna
that
lie,
sounds all right.
But I get that it is. I mean, it is a grown-up fraternity.
Yeah,
That is
There's no
what
doubt
it
about
is.
it.
Yeah.
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 What were
But
people dressed like?
Golf
I-
shirts.
There's just a guy that had a no days off shirt with weed leaves smoking.
No, I mean, just normal golf guys. I guess like a step up from a public course. I mean, this
Pre-
country club is the cheapest one to get into, like in the
Which
area.
one is it? Lakewood?
Avon Oaks.
Avon Oaks.
It's still expensive. I think it's like $6,000 a year, and then it's like $15,000 to enter. But yeah, it's just near the end. I don't know. I just didn't like. It's just young guys hanging out with old guys, and like I didn't like the vibe there. And
It's like it's like a
it-
Diddy party.
It is funny. Oh yeah, we'll get there, Owen. It is funny though because you're right. Like it's like a fraternity, and right now you're what, Dennis? 33 years old, going on 34.
yes,
Holy shit! It is. You guys are both almost 34 now.
yeah,
And your dad's what, 65?
yes,
And it is almost like a fraternity in the sense that like
60s. Yeah,
you're the freshman at that country club, and he's the senior.
And it's like they all like think they're the funniest fucking guy, and you have to like fake laugh at a lot of stuff because it's like, hey, your dad likes to give me massages, and it's like, what? He could be gay? What?
Not my dad. That is interesting because, I think it is. I think you summed it up. I think it is just a fraternity. It's like, hey, I have to kind of buy my friends still at like,
exactly
65 years old. And
sorry, Kevin, I fucked that up. You should have kept going. But I was gonna say it's like you were going. Sorry,
keep talking about it.
I had nothing else to say.
But Kevin, you gave a face after that.
No, I'm good. Keep going.
Ugh. It's like sports people that are really into that, like played professional or college. They like there was no part of their life where they had to try harder. They were just always good at sports, so they didn't have to like work at being funny or like entertaining.
True.
So a lot of those people, like the sports jokes people that think they're funny, are like, dude, you're not funny at all.
No,
they all have the same jokes.
Same bag of tricks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think everyone's just playing a character there. That's what I don't like. Everyone's there like, they go home and the guy's like not talking to anyone, probably just like doesn't talk to his wife, but at the country club he's like, hey, fuckface, heard you bogeyed a hole. It's like that's his fucking life.
This is making me like anxious because I'm putting myself in this situation.
Yeah, and you're like,
it sounds terrible.
That's sad. Owen, tell us about Diddy.
What'd you do to him, Owen?
Diddy,
you're behind this?
Did he do it? Or did he not? Did he not do it?
Or to not to be?
Dude, he's in trouble. He's in big trouble.
He's in big trouble.
Can you give me a quick synopsis?
Okay, so yeah, Diddy got arrested for who knows what. I mean, he's in trouble. All I know is that he had some
details here.
He had some weird sex things going on. A lot of baby oil, I hear.
There's been a lot of Dennis. I'll say this: there's been a lot of gay parties circulating. Yeah.
I don't think only just that. It's just like the people that were forced to do stuff when they didn't want to, and a lot of initiation type stuff was going on where they're like, you have to do it. I like the funniest part is about Meek Mill. Someone said something about Meek Mill was in a pool at a Diddy party cooling his ass cheeks off.
Wait, really?
I find it very funny though.
There's like there's court documents that came out that basically proved that Diddy had sex with Meek Mill.
That's insane because I listened to Owen after you like said you wanted to talk about Diddy. Diddy, what a stupid name to have to reference.
Yeah, and also
just say Puff Daddy.
Diddler. Yeah. Like you changed your name to Diddy and you're just a diddler. It's bad. It's a bad name.
Let's keep this professional. Puff Daddy. There was like a whole I was watching this news segment on News Nation they were interviewing Suge Knight and they were talking about they were interviewing him about Puff Daddy and he was just like, hey, like it all comes down to the Cat Williams thing. Like he was like, look, if you want to be successful in this industry, you have to do certain things. And he just did what was done to him. And it sucks. It just sucks to learn that, like, in order to be that level of fame, you just have to play some disgusting, sick, perverted game.
Yeah.
The problem is, like, you don't. It's just you had a handful of guys that were making that the fact, and that's what made it that case. So that part sucks. But it's crazy that Cat Williams, just like, everyone's catching hell in 2024. He's like, I don't care if you're Diddy. And it's like, oh, shit, he actually called him out.
Oh, my God. What did you guys think about the Shannon Sharp thing? Remember how I called him gay in the podcast?
I do.
Oh, yeah, but wasn't he have sex with a girl?
Yeah, they accidentally caught it on camera.
Oh, Kevin, I like your little theory that he's like, I got to prove to people that
it
I'm
was
straight.
it was catching heat. So yeah, they
Oh shit.
Oh, you
yeah.
could keep planning that to like.
Yeah.
oh
That's
what?
his
How
beard.
how many times have you accidentally gotten caught on camera while having sex, Dennis?
Not many.
Yeah. You can count it on two
The
hands.
camera's set up. She knows it's on.
You can count it on two hands the amount of times that you've been caught.
Yeah. Kevin,
Live.
get out of my room.
Yeah, totally though. Like it's just
Oh crap, that's good. That's
It's
good. Did
true,
you think
though.
that? Did you find that out yourself, or did someone else point that out?
no, I'm smart.
You are
Just-
smart, dude. That's
Yeah.
really good. I'm proud of you.
He was
Good
just
job.
like he had a lot of heat coming towards him because like there was a lot of allegations towards him being gay, and then he's like, "Oh, I need to accidentally get caught on camera having sex with a
Did
female."
you guys listen to it?
It was
that-
terrible. It was disgusting.
And he's like talking to
Shannon
He's like, you
Sharp?
like that dick, and he's like, yeah, I love women only.
I would never do this with a butt.
A nice juicy butt. No way that would be in this bedroom.
Not me.
That's good.
All right. Can you guys give me your fall favorites? What are you guys most excited for this fall? I'll start. Nosferatu. I'm fucking ready for it. Christmas
What's
Day.
that?
Oh
What's that? Sounds good.
It's so I didn't watch The Lighthouse, and I'm actually like vehemently opposed to watching The Lighthouse. Dennis, you kind of watched it.
I started it once, and I could tell that my mood wasn't ready for it because
Yeah.
I knew it was gonna be a movie where you have to be like in the right mood for it.
So the same guy who did that movie, like I couldn't be any less interested in that movie, but he's doing this Nosferatu movie, which is like a historical like vampire style
Yeah.
movie, and
It's
I'm
one
like,
of the first
oh,
movies.
yeah.
Okay.
And it comes out on Christmas Day, and I'm like, that sounds so cool. Just like on Christmas Day, going to see some like really kind of dark, like noir vampire movie. I'm in on it. I'm excited for it. That's all. That's all I had.
I'm excited for From season 3. Me and Dennis both already watched the new
Yeah.
episode. Kevin,
Oh
have you-
shit!
Did
No,
you
I
watch
never-
it?
I've watched some From with Megan. She
Yeah,
That show's so good.
Kevin,
Is
I
it?
think
Such
you're
a
right.
good show.
You're right on your theory where season 3 is where they hit their stride. I could already tell, like this show knows who it is, and this is the season that's going to be the
Season
breakout
1,
season.
episode 1 was like, oh fuck, that was an intense episode. It was good.
I'm
Yeah,
in on
season 3.
Season 3 is real because
Yeah.
there's this thing called the rule of threes where it's like you test something, you test something else, and then when you get to the third, it's a pattern. So it's like that's when they figure out what works. So it's
Yeah.
like, okay, so season 1 did this, season 2 did this. Let's combine those two and see what season 3 is gonna do.
And then I got a couple things I'm excited about. Show Penguin.
See,
That-
dude,
Oh,
so
is that
such
good?
a fucking
so
good
fucking
first
good.
episode.
It's
Oh,
gonna be
God, I
such a
gotta
good
watch
I'm
show.
it.
so in,
Dude,
Dennis,
it was.
it's like it's
Colin
like
Farrell is so fucking good.
it's like Sopranos, but like with a way more. And I've only watched like one episode of The Sopranos, but it's like this gangster thing where this guy is so like such a beta, but he just wants everybody to like him. It's so good. I
It's
can't
so
explain
good. You
it.
feel for him. Like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
I'm
I
watching
get
it
man.
as soon
You're
as
a
we're
little-
done potting.
Yeah, it's so good. So I think episode 2 comes out. Wait, is episode 2?
It's happening.
I thought
right
it's
now,
on
Owen.
Sunday. I thought that they
No,
were
Thursday.
for sure. I think they released the first one on Thursday to get people pumped about it. They had the industry finale last week, Sunday, so they got some buzz. Then I think it's taking the industry slot on Sundays.
There's more industry to come, don't you?
Oh, I thought it was the finale.
No, there's still more to come. Dennis,
Season
it's
finale? No.
It's so good. The
Yeah,
Penguin
I-
is seriously so good.
I'm excited. I did see a scene from it, and it made me like it.
And it's just
So-
set in the world of Gotham, which makes it like 10 times cooler. Like Gotham with no Batman. It's sick.
It's very
I almost
good.
feel like that's the part that makes me not want to watch it. Is that it's
Dude,
set in Gotham? If it was
No,
like
no,
Penguin,
no, it's
but
good. Dennis, I'm flicking you off. Can you see this?
that's your number one finger. Is it?
You're
no,
not-
no, that's
No,
it,
that's
it
not.
is hard to tell.
That's
that.
the bird.
That's the dirty bird. It's good. Dennis, is there anything you're excited about?
Yeah,
Owen, great pick. I'm pumped about it too. It was
So
really good.
It's on my watch list.
I'm excited to hear what you have to say about it.
So I know I won't see this movie in theaters, but I really wish I could and had the time to do it. Is the Megalopolis? Have you guys heard about this?
Oh yeah, I have heard
about
about
it.
it.
I don't know what it is.
So the guy that directed Francis Ford Coppola. Coppola or Coppola?
Nailed it. Absolutely
we got
nailed it.
The Coppola.
The Coppola.
Count
Coppola.
Yeah.
Count Chocula.
I love Coppola.
He directed The Godfather.
Never heard of it.
What's the other movie he directed that's big? The Vietnam
Apocalypse
movie.
Now.
The
Yes.
stepdad.
And he has a wine, Owen.
Okay.
And his daughter used to date the lead singer of the band Phoenix.
Get the
Sophia
fuck
Coppola.
outta here.
Sophia Coppola.
Yeah.
Oh, I've heard that name.
Yeah, she directed Lost in Translation.
Haven't heard that one.
So your answer is you're excited for Lost in Translation?
No, the movie Megalopolis.
Yeah, I think that's right.
So he financed this movie himself. So he spent like, I think $100 million of like his own money basically to make this movie. It's getting like not great reviews from critics, but it has like all this weird shit in it. Like if you go to the movie theater, there's certain showings where an audience will participate
Fuck yeah.
in the movie. And so Adam Driver is the main character. And so he's like talking to the audience member in it. And so it's just like it seems like a very abstract type of movie.
Honestly,
Interesting.
Dennis, I love it because I believe that there is. I mean, the more I watch fucking, the show industry that I love, the more I
No.
Wait,
I haven't heard anyone talk about it, and everyone's watching it.
Yeah. You guys are
That
the
is
only
it.
two.
That is
You
it.
guys are the only two. That the fucking press controls the narrative. So like, if the press isn't on board with
Exactly.
Megalopolis, like everybody else isn't it. But like, there are probably so many good things that like, you know what? Maybe the press didn't get their little paycheck to say they like it. So yeah,
It's funny you
I
said
bet
that
it's
because they
great.
released a trailer, and it had like bad reviews for like The Godfather, bad reviews for Apocalypse Now, and then they said like it doesn't matter about the reviews and basically go see the movie. But I think the whole movie is like a fuck you to Hollywood studios, where this guy just had total control because he had so much money that he just got to do whatever he wanted.
Let's fucking
Who knows?
go.
I bet the
I'm
movie's-
in.
I think it'd be sweet to see it in theaters. I don't know how great it'll be at home, but
Yeah, it sounds like it.
yeah. And then the other quick thing, I just forgot what it was. Oh yeah. On October 2nd, about a mile away from me, 2 people were killed sitting on a bench.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You're looking
is
forward
like-
to this?
This is like 4 years ago. And so it's in the Metro Parks. So it's exactly a mile away from my house. Just randomly, they were sitting on a bench and someone came up and shot him behind the head, and no one knows who did it. And it's like a big thing around here. There's like signs like were you here at 5:07 on Thursday, whatever. Unsolved Mysteries on Netflix. It's going to be on there.
Oh no
Ooh.
way!
Yeah. So it's
Ooh.
Fairview Park.
Let's
Basically.
fucking
Hey,
go.
remind me when that pops up, because I'd love to watch
Yeah.
that.
Do you guys ever watch those?
I have
Unsolved
watched
Mysteries?
it. The one
Yeah,
that's
they're
like,
good.
like they like people disappear and shit. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Good for
Crazy.
you, Dennis. That's amazing.
I know. I'm so happy.
Yeah. So this is the first time that you're going to be in the limelight.
Yeah.
You did it.